Hello guys, today I'm back with a CD collection video, and today I'll be showing my CDs for the bands All That Remains, As I Lay Dying, Avenge Sevenfold, both from My Valentine, Killswitch Engage, and Trivium. And I'll also be showing CDs from Light the Torch and Woven War and Times of Grace. So yeah, this is pretty much my metalcore CD collection, you could say, but we're going to first start off with the side projects slash super groups. So let's start off with Times of Grace. So I got Hymns of a Broken Man, which is a signed copy. And I also got the recent album that came out this year, Songs of Loss and Separation. And this copy is also signed too. Yeah, that's it for Times of Grace. Now we have Woven War, of course, with their self-titled debut. And then we have Honor is Dead. And now we have Light the Torch with this album, Revival. And of course, the most recent album that came out this year, You Will Be the Death of Me. But yeah, that's it for side projects slash super groups. So let's go ahead and get into the main bands here. We're gonna start off with All That Remains, with of course their debut, Behind Silence and Solitude. And This Darkened Heart. And This Calling Sampler. And of course, their big album, Fall of Ideals, arguably their best, often considered their best, and I definitely agree, it's definitely one of their best. This album and For We Are Many fight to be my favorite All That Remains album personally, but also we got the Overcome sampler. Then we got Overcome. And we got For We Are Many, again, one of my personal favorites from the band. Kind of an underrated album from the band, I'd say. Then we got A War You Cannot Win. And we have The Order of Things, not one of their best. And same with this album, Madness, which I think overall is kind of a bad album. I like maybe a couple songs, but overall not really into it. And then we have their most recent album, Victim of the New Disease. And this copy is signed by all band members. Didn't get it signed by Oli, but by Jason Richardson, if I got the name right, the person that took his place. But yeah, that's it for All That Remains. Let's go ahead and move on to As I Lay Dying with Beneath the Encasing of Ashes. Not an easy album to find, let alone cheap. Then we got Frail Words Collapse. And Shadows Are Security. A Long March. And An Ocean Between Us, which I think is their best. And The Powerless Rise. And Decus. And Awakened. And the most recent album, Shaped by Fire, which I think is honestly one of their best albums. But yeah, that's it for As I Lay Dying. Let's go ahead and move on to Avenge Sevenfold, with their debut, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. And we got this self-titled sampler, and this was helped This was used to help promote their album Waking the Fallen. And then they got Waking the Fallen. And City of Evil. And the self-titled, which this might be an unpopular opinion, but this is actually my favorite album by the band. But then again, it was my first album, my first Avenge Sevenfold album, so I do have a bit of a soft spot for that album. Now we have Nightmare, which to me was their last strong album. But don't get me wrong, I do like the stuff they came out with after, like Hail to the King, which I like the album, but I've never loved it. And then we got The Stage, which to be honest, probably one of my least favorites from the band, but I do like it though. It's just the replay value just isn't quite the strongest for me with the album. But again, a decent album. But that's it for Avenge Sevenfold. Let's go ahead and move on to Bullet for My Valentine. Got the self-titled EP. And we got the Hand of Blood EP. Then we got this, the Poison, this Taste the Poison, which is some kind of sampler thing. We have songs from Bleeding Through and Bullet for My Valentine on this sampler thing, and saw it for a decent price, figured hey, why not. But also we got the Poison. This is the deluxe edition. And also the deluxe edition of Scream and Fire. And then we got the tour edition of Fever, and this is signed, and I found this signed copy at a record store, so no, it wasn't in person. Again, I found this signed copy at a record store, and it was for a decent price. If I remember correctly, it was like 12 or 13 bucks. But next we have Temper, which is also the deluxe edition. Then we got Venom, also the deluxe edition. And we got Gravity. And finally, their latest album, the self-titled, which of course I have signed. And that's it for Bullet for My Valentine. Let's go ahead and move on to Killswitch Engage. With their debut, self-titled debut, Killswitch Engage. And Alive, or Just Breathing. And End of Heartache. And As Daylight Dies, Sampler. And As Daylight Dies, which is a special edition. And their second self-titled, which is signed, and I found this signed copy online. And then Jesse returns to the band with Disarm the Descent. And this is the special edition. And we also have Incarnate. And finally, the last one here, Atonement, which to be honest, I think is one of their best. I really liked the album a lot when it came out, but also I got the booklet signed. Yeah, that's it for Killswitch Engage. Now on to the last band here. We got Trivium, which is maybe my favorite metalcore band. So we got Ember to Inferno, 2-song promo sampler. Then we got Ember to Inferno. And of course, a big album for them, Ascendancy. Definitely a metalcore classic. Then we got The Crusade. And then to my favorite Trivium album, Shogun, which was the album that I heard in full first, if I remember correctly. But then we have In Waves. Then we got Vengeance Falls. And Silence in the Snow. And I got this signed copy also from a record store. Then we got Ab Initio. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but yeah, I got this album or compilation. Then we have The Sin and the Sentence, which is definitely one of their best. Definitely a big return for them. And then we have What the Dead Men Say, which I got signed from their online store. If I remember correctly, it was only like, I don't know, 11, 12 bucks, so that's definitely a steal. And I also got my name on it too. And then, of course, their latest album, In the Corner of the Dragon. And I have this copy also signed. Give me a second here. So yeah, right there. Yeah, that's it for all the CDs here. Let me know your thoughts on my collection here. Let me know if you have CDs from any of these bands. Let me know how many or what certain albums you have. And let me know some of your favorite bands here and all that good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and a like, subscribe. Have a nice day and take care.